Hey folks, how's it going? It's the VIP lounge. This is your guest
Welcome.
speaker, Kanard Lewis.
Welcome, Kanard. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Our third guest?
Our third guest, I believe so. Third time's a charm, right?
Yes, yes.
We're gonna hope so.
You like threes?
I do like threes.
Okay.
You shoot threes? You look like a basketball player.
No, I am. It's just threes has never been my game. I guess I feel like maybe because of my shoulders, but it's also I feel like threes just get overused. I love to work on my post game, my mid range game, and stuff like
Okay.
that. So like that's just how I play instead of picks and rolls.
You be
Pick and
dunking.
rolls.
You be dunking on dudes.
No, I wish. Like it's crazy. You got people shorter than me, dunking.
Dunking.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people my age, like my height, dunking too. But nah, not with these knees, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happened to your knees? There you go.
You're on your knees, huh?
No,
What's going on? What's going on?
No, I had two knee surgeries. I had the same knee surgery on both knees, arthroscopic, meaning that I had tendonitis in both of my knees. I had bone spurs. So I feel like when boys get hurt, we don't like to tell our pain, stuff like that, and that was me. I didn't tell my pain, so since I didn't, my bones calcicized, and your body always finds a way to heal itself when you don't want to heal it. And that's what happened. And my bone was like sitting like this, like normally, or like you. The bone would be digging into my tendon, causing pain. I had to elevate it and stretch it out. So they had to shave down my kneecaps.
Whoa.
And I was on a cane for 6 weeks, did physical therapy. Right knee cane for 6 weeks, did physical therapy. Definitely, it wasn't a great experience, but it definitely got me into the realm of living a healthier life. It's crazy that sometimes I love to learn the hard way.
Like,
I think that's how we all learn. We have to learn the hard way.
like these people doing the crate challenge. Can we
that's
speak
different.
a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Different.
Somebody said that was the Hood Olympics.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Who even started that?
I don't know. It is interesting. You got people walking up a crate, walking down. The falls
It's what
are
makes
intense.
me. Yeah.
You got crates in their
Their
chest,
ribs.
their back. I saw somebody break their ankle.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
I see somebody flipping it, going head first into the ground.
So, like, you played for high school and I'm pretty sure college. So there was a purpose to this whole
No, yeah, for me, sport like basketball and football were always three. Baseball was my whole life, well, my whole childhood, and I also bowled in high school on a team. Football, I play on a team now, so it's nice that I get to finally fulfill that dream or that desire to be on a football team.
You play in the outside league? Or?
Yeah. We it's like EH Sports East Harlem Sports.
Okay.
On 128th and 3rd. So that's where we kind of playing that on that turf field. So we play. It's just rough touch. It's not tackle. It's not flag. But you,
The knees to touch. Give me more.
Yeah, what's happening? But yeah, those they really. Again, I could take it, but at the same time, people can really get hurt because you could get pushed in the air. That's okay.
And it's mostly for fun. It's not like,
Well, there's you pay those league fees and then you get a trophy. You get some money at the end if you win the championship.
Okay, that's
So it's kind of like something interesting I did this week, and I'm sorry to cut you off. And I haven't done it for over a year, so I was kind of like going crazy on my way there. But I joined a volleyball tournament. So before I did a volleyball league where it's like every once a week I go and I play. You meet random people, you just play and you rank up, but this was a tournament. So we actually all day there.
Yeah, facts.
We made it to the playoffs, and then my friends had plans to go out and eat. So we basically gave our playoff spot to somebody else, which kind of sucked, but whatever. Like, they already had it. Yeah.
So they wanted to join. So I guess they didn't believe they were gonna make it that far if they made plans.
I mean,
different.
first it was crazy because it's a 4-on-4 tournament, and it was 3 of us to begin with. I was the rookie of the team, but I was holding it down.
Of course.
I was holding it down until we got the 4th person, and still, I made some pretty decent plays. And then they're like, oh my God, like we made it to the playoffs. And they're like, if we play the playoffs, we're gonna be here for like another 3 hours, and they already have plans for like dinners and drink, and
They
we
whack.
just gave it to like the last team
Y'all
we
are
played.
whack.
Yeah, and y'all watched this podcast, so kind of
That's-
whack, but it was also a lot of fun. It was my first time back in Brooklyn in ages, so it was just like.
Was it just like a female thing, or could
No,
be
it's
co-ed?
a co-ed.
Oh, why did call me?
Oh, you down?
Yeah.
Okay,
Kanard's
okay.
down too.
Yeah. And it's beach volleyball, so it's actually
that's
even better.
fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I totally got the whole like.
to just give up your spot though, like that's
That's different. Like you said, that's like
Like, who you think you is? Like you just gonna like,
That's
I'm
like
gonna
the
get to
MLB
playoffs,
or
all
the
right,
NBA going like, all right,
We
guys,
could have won like money at the end.
we in
and
the
whole
championships,
trophy,
but we about to fuck some bitches right now. So fuck this. Like, nah.
So we out.
They
No, but
wild.
it's pretty playing sports after not being in high school. It's kind of like we don't do it as much, and
No,
it's
yeah,
kind
for
of like
sure.
fun to just like.
No, I
relive those
need it.
moments.
Like I needed sport. Like again, being out for as long as I was sucked. Like not being able to play sports as much as I would like because of my knees is even worse. Like that just sucks too. But you gotta listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I would like to push myself or work myself, if I do, I'm gonna injure myself. And then it's like if I push too hard to play this one game, then I will never be able to play games.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna take me longer to get back into that. And I'm like,
Or just a regular basis of
yeah,
like,
you know what I mean?
day-to-day.
Like you gotta I wanna be able to play sports with my kids, like as an adult, they come to see me play like a softball game and stuff like that. That's
Or
what
you
I'm
go
trying to
see
do.
them play.
Yeah.
Play some
Like
catch, with
yeah,
them.
excuse me, like practice with them, like I don't wanna be sorry son. Sorry daughter.
I had this one game
You know
a
what
few
I mean?
years
I
back, and I
can,
just
I
had to give
can.
it my all.
Okay, so is sports like something you're really passionate about?
Definitely. Again, it's been ingrained in me. I think if I wasn't so good in sports, I think it would have made my life a little bit harder. I feel because I was already getting, not to just throw a bomb in there, but I was already getting bullied for a lot of other things. But it was because I was good at sports. That's okay. Maybe we're not gonna bully him too much. I don't
We
like
need him.
It's like
today.
I was picked. Like I was a valid player.
Okay.
People like as much as people talk shit outside of the games or to me, made hurtful comments or names. Like they knew that I could play. I had good hands. I had good coordination. Like
Your
I was a
skills
valuable
spoke for
asset.
itself.
Exactly.
We all go through those stages where
Yeah.
like we're bullied at some point, and then it's like, oh,
No,
oh, you're the hot one now. Wait.
No, and
She got titties now.
Yeah.
no, but like it's I think it is an awakening because for me it was elementary, middle, high school, even part of undergrad. To be honest, like I think it switches from bullying to hating when you get older. But yeah, it was throughout all. So it's like when you hear these words, these comments throughout your whole life, you start to internalize that. And because I was internalizing that, now you start to lose some of that confidence, some of that pizzazz or that stun that you would love to have but don't have because you think that you are ugly. You think that you are dumb. You think that you're not worthy. You think that you should die and all of that. You know what I mean? So you think about all these things and it becomes harder to unlearn them when you are an adult and you are a different person than you were as a child. But when you look in the mirror, you don't see this evolved you. You still see that 10-year-old you. Because again, you're so accustomed to hearing this, to seeing this. It's like you're walking on uncharted territory. So you don't even know how to internalize this new you because all you heard was this old stuff. So definitely takes time. It's been taking me some time, and I think everybody goes through those stages where they have to unlearn a lot because it's traumatizing.
And what has helped you, like, kind of like overcome those besides sports? Because it's definitely
Yeah,
sports
definitely,
and gym is a therapy within itself.
Yeah, for sure.
But is there anything else that like kind of like helped you?
I think music helped. Just listening to my old school R&B,
Okay.
Like I love R&B. Like I'm talking about 90s, 80s.
Hey.
Like people always like, oh, you got your grandpa music on, but it's whatever. Like that's my stuff.
Do you just listen, or are you singing along as well?
I'm singing along. I know the lyrics. Like I'm more in tune with the lyrics with R&B than I am rap. Like I had to get accustomed to rap because for me it was going too fast. They got, you got to be involved in these rappers' lives to know what they're talking about too. But yeah, that was me. But I think also what helped me get over or get through it was happiness, laughing. But I think that became toxic as well because at some point, how much can you laugh at hurtful comments, or how much can you laugh at your own pain? Yeah, it can help you maybe cope with it, but at the same time, it did save my life because I could have, killed myself a couple times back in the day, but I didn't because of laughter, because of being positive. Realizing,
That's what
seeing,
we about here.
yeah, like I ain't like again. I know how it was gonna get better. I didn't know when. You know what I mean? But I knew that someday it would, and I knew that I had some type of value, even though I didn't see it all the time.
Okay.
I knew that I didn't want to die. I felt like I did, like I wanted to, but I knew I was too scared to commit on that act.
Okay.
But for a while, again, suicidal ideation for like 7-10 years. It's like kind of ingrained, and that you have to unlearn too. And seeing it in the kids that I
So
work
the
with.
laughter, the positive energy, sports, that all motivated you.
Yeah,
Right?
and I guess, just understanding that I want to do something, that I want to help. And that's why I became, the motivational speaker that I am now. And I got into like the counseling.
Okay.
because
Makes
of all
sense
of
now.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely kind of all culminates into one.
You do like forums and stuff. You go travel the world. make
No, I wish.
speeches?
I guess, that's always
An option.
That's the biggest goal, I think, is to travel and to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt like I need more. I need to have more credentials under my belt for me to feel like, you should pay me to speak at your school. You should pay me because I got something. You know what I mean? Like I believe I have something now.
What if they want you to speak without paying you? Would you
I think I would. I think I would, but at some point,
like an Ivy League college school or whatever? They're like,
I wouldn't
we want
mind
this guy, but we're not gonna pay you.
Yeah, like I think it'd be good for exposure, of course.
Yeah.
I think that's payment in itself that you undervalue. Like, there's a lot of things that that there aren't numbers to, but are just as valuable.
And I'm pretty sure with your motivational speaking, you started at one point for you to get to like where you're at now.
Like when I first started. Looking back at my first video, it's cringe. It's cringe. It's like it's just
story of my life.
Yeah, no,
episode number
All these
whatever.
episodes
Yeah.
like it's cringe because like that's how I sounded, but it's nice because
You see the growth.
I see the growth.
It's kind of like how you were speaking about how you see yourself in the mirror and you don't really see the growth, but then by documenting or something like my regular YouTube channel or even micamalounge, the fact that I get to see it again,
Yeah, facts.
like I see the growth there.
Facts.
Yeah.
Do you have anything, like any quotes or something inspirational that you said when you were
Yeah.
when you first started that still sticks with you today?
No. I think my very first video, because again, I first started doing this. Like before I became a motivational speaker, I wanted to be a forensic scientist or a neurologist. AP Bio humbled me very deeply because I'm like, yeah, this is it's not the vibe, it's not like I love the scientists, but I realized that if I can't push past this hardship, maybe I don't really want it as much as I thought I would. So I decided to be a sports commentator, but then I was like, maybe not. But then I started handing out quotes because somebody told me, like, one of my classmates would say, yo, you say some pretty deep stuff in class, like you should write it down. So one day, I write it down. I started writing my quotes down. I came up with my acronym TKW, the Kanard way.
Hey.
Spreading joy and happiness and preaching the phrase, do you think is right. I then handed them out. People laughed at me. Teachers laughed at me. That was tough, but I still continued. But it was my first quote that was on that list. or it was I think my 16th quote or something. I said, being quiet is like a virus, slowly taking over your body until you can't breathe anymore. In my mind, the reason why I said that was I had so many classmates afraid to participate in class. Oh, I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna sound dumb. I don't know if I have the answer. Mind you, I participated a lot. I'm a talker, right? But I participated because I knew I had something to say. But also, even deeper, sometimes I felt like asking questions was the only way I could have a voice. Okay. Because when I was in crowds or groups, they wouldn't let me speak. So the classroom was the only chance I had to speak. And I was like, I stutter. Like, my speech impediment was a lot worse back then. And I'm like, I need to speak. I can't silence myself. Because when you silence yourself, that's even deeper than when you have other people silence you. And it's like, I couldn't do that. And I had classmates now speaking. I'm like, yo, I'm stuttering while participating. I'm saying this. I'm getting wrong answers. I'm still trying.
Right.
And this is like, if I could do it, you definitely can. So that kind of quote made me create my first video called Speaking Up. And it's just been I feel like the stepping stone or the foundation of why I speak, because we all have something to say, whether it's small, big, crazy, not crazy. Like, say what you gotta say. Like obviously keep the offensive stuff out the way. We don't need to hear that. Of course, yeah, like we don't need that. But if you have an idea or you're trying to give an answer that's obviously not offensive, then speak your mind. You have something to say. Like, it's not dumb. It's only dumb when you label it dumb, and you're doing that before you even say it. So.
What is it that they say? No answer is a wrong. No stupid question is the wrong question or something. You always got that in school.
There's no stupid.
Just question.
Stupid people.
Was
that quote again? Say it again. Say that quote.
What, the being quiet is like a virus? Yeah. Slowly taking over your body.
Like COVID.
Yeah, I think you pre-read COVID before even happened.
But you know what, Brian? Maybe that's why people got it, because they were quiet. Who knows? Imagine your silence gave you.
Okay. Is there any motivational speakers that are popular that you listen to?
Yeah. I think.
Besides micamalounge, I know we speak some straight facts.
I know we speak facts.
Besides micamalounge, I think my very first one, I think it was Steve Harvey for like a brief view, but then I got to tell Les Brown. Okay. Les Brown, he's like, I don't know if you know him, but he was like a mentor to Eric Thomas, which I also love, like E.T. And Les Brown, he said some good stuff back in the day. You remember, like, if you fall down, then fall down on your back, because if you could get up, then you could get up or something like that.
Is it like one of those dudes that they be yelling at the camera saying,
I
only sleep for 4 hours?
No.
Right now. Like those type of people.
Like, I feel like for him, like, he'll get passionate. I think every motivational speaker needs that moment in their speech where they raise their voice just a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I think yelling at you is not the vibe. No, like, as a speaker, you need to change your tones and inflections. But for him, it was more like he was adding jokes. He was talking about stuff. Like,
he had the sauce.
He was the one. Like, he was the one that put me on into the bamboo tree seed, where there's the ancient artistry of the bamboo tree where they would plant the seed and they would water. They continue this process every day. They won't stop. And in the story, the farmer was going to stop after 4 years because he saw no production, right? But then once it hit the 5-year barrier, the bamboo tree sprouted and then grew 90 feet in 6 weeks. Somebody asked that question, did the bamboo tree grow in 5 years or in 6 weeks? Obvious answer was 5 years. Because if at any moment the farmer decided to stop watering that seed, just like us, if we stop watering our own seeds, then we won't be able to reap those benefits. And it's like, that brought attention to me. And it's like, he also said like a setback is a setup for a comeback. I'm like, he was just dropping knowledge. And then E.T., like, he's that if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you be successful. And it's like all these, like, again, I'm still growing in my craft and everything, but
should be a counselor or a therapist.
That's funny enough. No, but see, that's what when I decided to be a motivational speaker, I got my undergrad degree communications.
Okay.
But my senior year came, and I realized that, okay, I want to get a master's, but not in communication. I don't need a master's in communications to teach me how to speak. Even in undergrad, I ain't need nobody to teach me how to speak. I was already doing that for like a year and a half. I just need the platform. That's it. Just give me a mic. Give me something. I did college radio for 4 years.
Okay.
But for masters, I'm like, okay, I want to help. My motivational speaking is not going to blow up yet. Counseling. I decided to become a school counselor. I want to work with high schoolers, people, because I understood that, again, living in a single parent home, being bullied, being black and Puerto Rican, growing up in the Bronx, getting your heart broken, all those experiences can be difficult for anybody to go through. But it could be even more difficult when you don't have somebody to talk to about it, to process,
Absolutely.
to help you through these tough times. And it's like, okay, I feel like a counselor can do that.
And you picked a tough crowd, like high school, like...
No, it is. It is.
Like, right? It can either go really well or really bad.
But I feel like that's the most... I feel like that is the last stage. I feel like that's the last stage of childhood. Elementary, the cognibility, they're just more feelings. Getting... Middle school, too many hormones are going on. You got too many. Like high schoolers, you got those too, but I feel like high schoolers I actually talk to you. We could process. Middle schoolers can do that. Like, not to say that elementary schools can do that, but their cognibility is not where I would want them to be for me to have a serious conversation about their future.
They're still growing and learning.
Exactly. And, I decided to become that school counselor, but a semester in, I'm like, okay, school counseling is nice, but I'm realizing is that I don't get to do as much therapy as I would like. I can't help out as much students as I would like.
Okay, so what's the next step?
Well, it was to become a mental health counselor.
Oh, okay.
So mental health counselors, very similar to licensed social workers, right? And social workers in general, right? Where they could do therapy. They could really... And I want to be able to diagnose. I want to be able to help. I don't want to prescribe medicine, but I do want to be in a position where I can help people out and I don't have to refer. School counselors, you have somebody with depression, somebody with anxiety.
They take the easy way out. They send you...
Well, it's not the easy way out. It's I'm not skilled. I'm not trained. It would be unethical for me to do this because my background is not in this. So I have to refer you to somebody. It's not like I want to. I have to.
Yeah, but then that turns into a whole nother step. Like, if you refer it to that person, not to say that...
No, I get it. You have to build a whole new relationship.
Like,
and that's tough.
maybe like watering the bamboo plant. Like, maybe you just have to speak to this person 1 or 2 more times to kind of just be like, all right, maybe this is some stuff that you need to tweak before you get to that step.
And like you can do that. Like you can talk with them maybe 1 or 2 more times, but I think at a certain point, you knowing yourself and you being perceptive and mindful of their needs, you realize that talking to them 1 or 2 more times isn't going to give them the services that they need. Like sometimes talking can help, but
especially in school, I feel like they have protocols. So it's a tough like take.
But it's like you got to understand like where you're at, training wise, skill wise.
True.
And it's like if I'm not skilled in this, I can't go through the proper guidelines to handle your depression
or pretend like you know.
I can't, and
make things worse.
Because exactly, I'm gonna make things worse, and it's like that's why I want to have the skills. So now that kids who come to me with these instances or these needs, they don't have to go, because you know what? How hard is it for a student to say, "Mom, can I use your health insurance for my depression?" Yeah. You know, to talk, like kids don't talk to their parents about this. You know what I mean? So I think school's a good way to give free services.
Were free. They have a lot of free
services with the confidentiality, and allowing them to be in a space where they don't have to let everybody know, or the people that they don't know. Mind you,
be judged.
Yeah, exactly. Like parents, at some point, they're gonna have to know that they're dealing with like their kids going to counseling, but they don't have to know the ins and outs because that's confidential.
And
Unless they're at harm to themselves or to others.
A lot of times they know, and some of them, most of them, a lot of times be in denial.
Oh,
they don't want.
That's huge.
Because they
that's
don't
the
hear,
worst.
they hear stuff that they don't agree with, and they automatically be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, and this is my child.
Or they're just scared.
It is scary. You know why? Because I think people there's a huge stigma on mental health, and people as us as adults, we don't like to confront our issues or talk about problems because if you talk about your problems, you're somehow weak. They're there. They're there. They're crazy. You just seem emotional or too sensitive. And it's like, nah, I'm going through some stuff right here. Like I'm really feeling like what you got to be depressed about, what you feel with anxiety for. I don't know these things. Like your experiences, however traumatizing they were, they're going to be different from me because we lived in two different time eras. So what got you intense may not get me intense,
but that
and vice versa. It doesn't mean that it's any less like valid or harmful for me. Like this is what I'm going through, so you have to take that. And I think that's why that's why I decided to pursue my mental health license. And thank God I finished my master's, and now I'm going to Alfred for my mental health license. No, thank you, I appreciate that.
So now if I need a therapist, or
can I get that discount?
Just swing that insurance card.
Your first 10 sessions free.
Make sure you actually need me.
Like,
I don't gotta refer you to anywhere else.
No, but and that's why I'm pursuing this because I just want to be more of an asset to people. Because how many times does a Black and brown community get services from Black and brown counselors, men and women?
True.
You know what I mean? And I want to be a representation. I want to be there for others that weren't there for me. And it's just tough. Like I've been through these experiences. I'm not saying
have a better understanding. Basically.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I can't wish away these experiences, but I can make it easier for people to cope with, and just to be an ear. Like people undervalue the value of listening. Like it's crazy. I get these kids who talk about suicide, depression, like trouble at home. My heart almost cracks because it's like. As I see that that transference almost where you see yourself in them, but it's like you gotta deal with your stuff too, and that's what's so important as future counselors, as future therapists, is that us as adults we can't put that on our kids, on our clients. Like we just can't. If we're gonna have families, if we're gonna have the working these establishments with kids, we have to deal with our own stuff. Mm-hmm. That's tough.
Would you say, like, you've mentioned that you've gone through those experiences, like the depression and the suicide or whatever. Do you think because you were able to experience those that you're much better equipped than other counselors, like, let's say, that haven't been in those situations?
I wouldn't say better equipped because I think somebody who hasn't been through those experiences and who has more training than me will be more equipped to handle those situations. But I think I create a space of understanding and mindfulness when it comes to those experiences. Like I know, but I think I can't just counsel with experience alone. I've been through this, sign me up, I could do this. No, because I might just be putting my own mindset. And again, I've known a lot of people who've been bullied, who've been through suicide, who've been through heartbreak, right? Everybody deals with it their own way. And if I don't have the proper training, I could say something that's offensive. So I think that it doesn't make me more skilled or equipped, but I think it puts me in a space where they know that I know what they're going through. Like they could feel that the empathy is created when you go through those experiences. And mind you could build a level of empathy when you haven't been. Like you could find similarities. Losing somebody, going through heartbreak and stuff like that, loss. Like, you could find similarities, but some people are really like you don't know. Like, it's sometimes me working with girls. I'm not a woman. You know what I mean? So, as much as I can be empathic, understanding, kind, they will understand that I'm looking at the world through a male lens. Mm-hmm. And it's like some women just want a woman. Some Black folks want a black person. Some Hispanics want a Hispanic. Like, it's just, you feel a sense of, I guess, comfort. Because when you don't, because again, when you are listening, when you're supposed like, not to throw white people under the bus here, but if I'm black, which I am, and I'm speaking to like a white person, it's like if I'm talking about racial things, like
you can only understand.
Like you know,
you want to relate to the
exactly.
person
So
you're
like
talking to.
it becomes a conversation that goes back and forth when I'm talking with somebody who's had similar experiences. But a person that doesn't have these quote unquote like identities, it doesn't mean that their skills are thrown out the window.
Or it doesn't mean you can't learn from them.
No, exactly. You know, so
makes sense.
no, it's true. It's true.
Makes sense.
Okay, so you're a counselor now.
Yeah, I just actually got a full-time job as a school counselor. I'm very blessed.
And you're trying to get licensed to be a therapist, right?
Licensed to be a mental health counselor.
Mental health. Are you want to do the youth or adults or both?
My age group is 13 to 24.
Okay.
That's the age group that I want to do.
Damn.
I'm too old.
Now sneak in the 24. We can sneak in there.
But like, that is my main focus. But I think when I get older and come around the block, because me, I feel like I get particular with age and experience. Like, it's always weird for me when I'm doing my videos. I got somebody twice my age, really vibing to my words. It's like. Or I got like people who are my classmates who I'm like giving sessions to, and it's like I feel honored, but I guess it's some of that inadequacy that I feel, or that imposter syndrome where you don't think that you're enough, or that you don't think that you have the skills, or you're doing enough because of your experiences or where you're at. Like I felt that a lot. Like I feel that a lot because I think I put like a lot of value in certain things, and because I do. I don't fit that bill now. You know what I mean? I can't help you. But I feel like I can. But it's like, there's always a way, like, you've been around the block.
Yeah, you're a lot more mature. Well, the way you speak and everything else and you carry yourself, you're a lot more mature than, I don't know your age.
No, I'm only 25.
And there you go.
Yeah. So it's like, but like that being said, I know people who can be 20. Who have been through experiences that I've never been through. Yeah. Hard experiences.
But that doesn't mean they know how to handle those experiences.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and that's where you come in.
Yeah.
I've met 30-years that are... Like, it's sad to say that they're 30 and they have kids and all this extra stuff, but that's where you come in to kind of like, put that mental health.
And like, I'm
guidance.
still growing. I'm still dealing with my own stuff. Like I've said, unlearning some of those traumas and experiences are not as easy. Because again, you look yourself and it's like, I don't see me. But like, you look around, this is not what the old you, could exist in. Because in order for you to be in this space, you had to become this person. So you have to just accept that you're not that old person anymore.
Cheers to that. Damn, I wish it was Thursday.
It's Tuesday. Thursday, Tuesdays.
Do you go out of your way to help your students, or you wait till they come to you? Like, let's say you see that they're a little bit off. Are you gonna wait till they come to you, or are you gonna approach them?
I think it's a 50-50. Because I think as counselors and as therapists, as somebody's in the field, you could drain yourself. You could burn out by trying to go out your way every single time. Being on the lookout, I think if I see somebody sad when we're doing a project or we're doing like an activity, I might have to talk with them, pull them to the side. But usually, I feel like I haven't been in those settings to observe the whole classroom because these past 3 years I've been training. So I've been
you have COVID.
It's I've been things virtually. I've been doing internship and stuff like that. So I've been on the phone too. So it's like I've been having teaching or doing counseling sessions through a phone call. It's like that's hard. Like as somebody you don't even know me, you don't even know how I look. Like literally interning at a school, I'm like, hey, I'm Mr. Kanard. I'm gonna be your counselor. I'm just, I'm here to talk. I'm here to listen. I'm here to, let's talk. Sometimes, all right, I'm good. Bye.
Yeah.
Or that's it. Like it'd be like a 3-minute, 5-minute conversation.
And I think this is gonna put you to the test, and I'm pretty sure you have all the right tools to jump into the school year.
You're trying,
ready for like the in-person interaction, but it's gonna be tough.
Like I try to look like I try to be observant of these things, because when I see kids bickering, no, kill that, kill that bullying, because like I can't sit there and watch that happen. Who said what? Why apologize to each other? So because like I can't sit there, because I know many teachers who turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
Because they turn a blind eye to me.
Okay.
So it's like I was in those spaces where, and like mind you, growing up, I think one of the hardest parts was, it's not like it's victim blaming, but understanding that I somehow played a role in my bullying. It was a weird thing to see. But I think that you got to realize that you're an acquired taste. And it's like being this loud person, energetic person, people are not going to like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you cause your bullying, but it's like you have to read the room. And it's like by reading the room and understanding who your audience is and who your people around you, maybe you'll make the conscious decisions. It's like, okay, it's not like I'm not going to be myself here, but I'm not going to be as open. And you shouldn't be as open in all spaces, I think, because people are going to just throw shade at you for no reason.
Hate, and it's just, you mentioned before.
And like it just doesn't make sense to put yourself in that situation. Like, you have to exist in it, either work or school, but you don't need to tell your whole story to people that don't really vibe with you or respect you, because that's not what you need. And like that takes a while to understand too, because like, no, my stupid ass, like I'ma be me over me, like I'm gonna do me all the time. It's not like you're not doing you. It's just, unfortunately,
there's a place for everything.
There's a time and place, and it's like, now when you're with your friends, goof off all you want. You know what I mean? When you're with your boys, your girls, like get crazy. But it's like, it's just like code switching, right? We don't talk the same. Mm-hmm. We talk to our mom, then we talk to our boys. So it's like adaptation is important. So it's not like I cause my bullying, but it's like you got to understand that certain things that you might do might cause reactions that you may not like.
Okay.
And that's real.
What if you're like a child, or you're not gonna?
You're not gonna know that, and I didn't
so
know that.
Is that really your fault? As a kid?
No, it's not your fault. Of course not. But I think when you get older and you start to see the world differently, I think that's how you have to see it. But like obviously, it's not blame. That's why I want to make it clear. Like, it's not victim blaming, but it's like this switch that goes off in your mind that, okay, unfortunately, being me in these spaces, or just being all of me, but it's like a gray area, because like you want to be yourself all the time. How come? Like I've always said it too, and that's why I've been back and forth with this statement. Mm-hmm. It's like, don't conform to society. Let society conform to you. And I've stuck with that statement, because like, yo, I gotta be me. Like, again, like if I'm not gonna be me here, then when will I be me? And it's like code switching and changing who you are fundamentally. Those are two different things.
Yeah, like an interview compared to like when you're chilling where you're like.
Exactly. Like if I could be professional and still be me. Mm-hmm. I could be goofy and still be me. I could be serious and still be me. But if I'm changing my personality to fit to your needs, to your comfort, then that's a problem. Yeah. That's a problem.
So we're gonna do a little switching now.
All right.
We're gonna go from V.I.P lounge.
Okay.
To some 5 random question Cama lounge type of vibe.
Okay.
Is it time? It's time.
Up to you.
All right. First question. Do you swipe?
How do you swipe when you use the bathroom?
Swipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Booty. How you swipe your booty?
From front to back or back to?
Oh, like swipe me, like wiping my ass. Okay, wipe my ass, and let me think. Now I go bottom up. Yeah, I go bottom up. But because it's interesting though, because I wipe my ass in 2 different areas. Not to be like we just put it out there. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta wipe from the back, but you also gotta get in the front
course,
too
you gotta
because
get
I
the
feel
gooch
like
area.
so then there I go from back to front because I feel like sometimes you just don't get it all.
That's true.
I use
But you always end it with a back to front though, just to make sure.
always ended with always ended with like here going up.
And I like how you got my
back-
swiping reference. I don't know. I
front
was
to
thinking
back,
about
front to
the
back.
Like
Right.
Tinder. I think to Tinder.
Oh,
like,
okay. I got the second question.
You said
No, I
swipe.
don't.
'Cause you said swipe. So I thought
Yeah, left and right.
So I was like, wipe. You mean wipe? No, I use baby wipes always. I'm not a tissue guy.
Oh, you one of those that takes the baby wipes to the
Cucumber,
bathroom?
Target brand, Cucumber
That's
Sense.
hilarious.
No.
I always love people though, and that you
I
see
love
them
wipes.
with their baby wipes to the
No, I
bathroom.
love wipes. I don't do tissue.
Like, do you
That's
always
like-
need the baby wipes though? Because there's times where you don't need the baby.
No, always need them.
You always.
If
need
I'm
them?
taking a shit, definitely.
Well,
always
I
need
guess
them.
you're a big guy.
Yeah, I'm like. But see, if I don't have them, that's when I take, like the automatic napkins.
And then you wet it.
I wet them.
Okay. Now we know what to get you for your housewarming
Yeah,
party.
wow. That's a fact. I know. Well, no, wipes are important. It kind of baffles me a little bit where people don't use baby wipes, but I understand, like, it's a dry wipe. I guess it's good, but it's
I
just
think it's
just
more of
efficient.
taking the wipes and having people see you taking the wipes
Right,
because they're gonna know exactly what you're
Like,
gonna
I feel like for me, I'm not taking a crap that often outside of my house. But if I do,
Exactly.
that's when I get, if I can't hold it, I can't hold it. But it's
Wait,
like,
so you're talking about the baby wipes when you're in your house?
you always
Oh,
have
okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about like you take them out in the
well,
public.
Well, I
Like, let's say you're at work and every time you use the bathroom,
But
grab your baby wipes to go, you know what I'm saying?
but you know what? Like, now that I'm gonna have my own office, I might just have a wipe.
Oh yeah, of course.
I might just have a pack there. Like, why not?
Like
You
pads
gotta
for
have
This is
a
girls.
mini pack
I'm
though,
gonna
so
be
nobody
here
can
for
see
8
it.
hours. I might
Yeah.
have a day. I might have a moment. Like, I might just have one pack. Just leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, when was the last time you did something for the first time?
Last time I did something for the first time. Ooh,
I know.
that's interesting. I
Yeah.
can't y'all got examples? Like
Well,
last time I did
me,
something for the first
The last thing I said was I went on a helicopter tour. That was
We
the
only
last-
did that once.
Yeah, that was the last time I did something for the first time. That was my
So
first
basically,
time.
you never did it before, but
You did it.
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Okay. Man,
Time to feed the dog.
I'm really gonna let me get back to that one.
Okay.
Like, I definitely
No,
want to
that's
answer
fine.
that. I
That's
definitely
It's
I'm
all
just
good.
trying to-
It's all good.
I'm just trying to
And
think.
is water wet?
Yeah, it's one of those questions. Like, water is wet. That's funny. I'm drinking water right now. Oh,
That's a yes, guys.
Do you know what the abbreviations AM and PM stand for?
oh, I forgot. I did look it up one time, but I just forgot. Like, I
Alright.
just forgot. But I didn't know. I was
I'll tell you after the show. so
I
people
was
won't know.
like shocked when it was, but it was. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like it's like after something. I don't know really.
And the last question is, when was the last time you changed your toothbrush?
When I first moved into my apartment,
Ah.
Which was
Good
how many
answer.
months
3
ago?
weeks ago.
3 weeks ago?
Okay,
Yeah.
congrats,
Okay.
by the way.
Was that your first house?
First
home?
first-
Yeah.
It was my first
Oh,
apartment.
so I guess that's the last
Last
thing
time
you did for the first time. Was
Yay,
buy an
we got
apartment.
it.
I was facts. You're right.
Nice. Congrats again. I mean,
Yes, on a lot of things. You got
Turned
good things come
25,
from you.
right? You turned 25 for the first
All
time.
right. So, where can all these people who need mental health find you, Kanard?
Again, like there's always you have those suicide hotlines and all those. Those are good for more in-depth services. But if you want me,
Yes, we want
right?
Kanard. We want the Kanard way.
I'm still in training. I do create my videos by
Like, where can we
bi-weekly.
find you with the videos, for example?
TKW motivates. TKW then motivates MOT.
On YouTube and stuff?
That's the Instagram tag, but that will
Okay.
lead you to the YouTube link. But for YouTube, it's just my name, Kanard Lewis, KANARD
Okay.
LEWIS, space in between the first two.
Anywhere else?
I'm on Facebook, Kanard Lewis as well. I put my videos out there. Snap, I think for Snap.
Are
it's
you on
TKW.
TED Talk as well?
One day they'll probably have me there talking about something. Probably mental health.
Cool.
Yeah.
Marielle?
Hit me.
I don't know if people gonna want some advice. from you, but where can they find you?
Yikes.
I'm
Yeah,
just playing with you.
But if you do, you can always find me at Something About Marielli on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And YouTube.
Yes, and on Thirsty Thursdays.
Yes, new segment. So if you do want my advice on
About
beers,
yes.
find me on my Thirsty
On
Thursday
beers,
special.
on alcohol, APIs.
Just beers.
Just
beers.
beers?
For now.
Just beers.
Just beers.
All
Like
right.
Heineken, Corona, Blue Moon, all that.
Yeah, more
Stella, all
the.
the good stuff.
Those are kind of
All
the
the bad
basic
stuff.
ones.
Modelo. She's
But
like,
yes.
nah, I don't do basic beer.
No, but yeah, definitely a little of everything. Jose,
Yeah.
where can them cucumber wipes find
Cucumber wipes you can find. You can follow the show at Cama Lounge everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, iTunes, whatever. And the Super Full Bros, you can find us on YouTube and on Instagram where we play video games, Warzone mostly. And you can catch me at Jose _ that's MMMJOSE _ on Instagram. And yeah, thank you, Kanard, for coming.
Thank you. And if you were watching us on YouTube, obviously we had a fourth guest here, a little fly going around.
Fly. Oh, yeah.
But if you weren't and you're watching us on what is it, Spotify and Apple Music, we're also available if you don't want to see our pretty faces.
Yeah, you just want to hear us and don't
Yeah.
want to see our faces.
That's also available for you guys. So
And yeah, we see you guys next time. Thank you.
Bye.